Just because you're a man doesn't mean your girl or your wife's going to just follow you just because you're the man. Give her something to follow. Lead by example. If you want a certain standard set for your family, then you have to be that standard of excellence for your family. But there's so many people that don't do that. They kind of just think just because they're the man, they just should be followed. And my wife has to follow what I say. And I don't believe in that, man. Like, give them something to follow, because otherwise you're basically just being a little kid. What's up, bro? Welcome back to the From Boys to Men show, brought to you by the Squire Program, man. Dude, this is going to be a major one, man. I know this is going to help you a lot. And I know that, you know, you might be trying to figure things out with your relationship and things like that. And the reason why I say that is because if you weren't, then you wouldn't have clicked on this video, man. This video is about, you know, helping you succeed in your relationship or marriage or having family if you're in a younger age. And I think this is a really important one to talk about because, man, divorce rate is sky high, you know, it's 50+%. And man, it's so easy to just call it quits nowadays. And people don't believe in, you know, some people, I should say, not all, because there's obviously some people that do. But there's a lot of people, man, that just kind of call it quits and they're willing to give up very fast. And they're just kind of like, it's just easy, right, to just hit the reset button and then say that all women are bad and, you know, I won't have that relationship like that, or that was in the past, that's old school, whatever. It doesn't have to be that way, man. So I want to give you guys some tips on how to better your relationship or marriage if you got married at a young age. I think that's tough, you know, these days with all the stuff going on with social media and the different messages that you see online, and, you know, just things are a little bit different now, but it doesn't mean it has to be impossible, because it definitely is not impossible. So I'll start off by telling a story, man. This episode is not coming from somebody who's always, you know, just been like, yeah, I'm going to get married at, you know, when I turn 20, and I'm going to have kids when I turn 21 or 22, and then I'm going to do this and that, whatever. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I've always been a relationship kind of guy, but like in between relationships, I was in these streets. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like I was, you know, hooking up with this girl and that girl, whatever. And it was like, you know, then I had a bad breakup after high school. I was with this girl for like 3.5 years, and freaking that heartbreak turned me into a monster. So I had a little time of just being like, you know what I'm saying? I'll just leave it to that. And there was one time though that I had this girl come over the crib. My mom worked night shift. And so she was gone all night. So I could, you know, invite whoever over the house, have them gone by a certain time. I knew when she was going to come home. And then boom, they leave before that. I was cool. And I did it time and time again, right? Just a routine thing. This one girl came over, and that's exactly what was going to happen. She's going to stay the night. I said, hey, you got to leave at this time. This is when mom comes back. Boom. And then we'll be good. So, you know, stayed the night, woke up in the morning. What actually woke me up in the morning was the garage door opening. My room was directly above the garage. And so my mom opening the garage woke me up. My mom came home like 2 hours early than she was normally supposed to come home. And so I'm tripping. I wake up, I like pop up from the bed. I'm like, I look out for the window. I see my mom, you know, my mom's car in the driveway waiting for the rest of the garage to come up so she can pull in. I'm freaking out. I'm like, dude, she's not supposed to be home yet. Like, what's going on? So I wake the girl up. I'm like, yo, you got to get the hell up out of here. Like, we're both about to get our asses beat. Like, you got to go. And so we're both like kind of looking at each other. What do we do? I'm like, all right, we got to figure out a game plan, whatever, because I know exactly what she does every time she comes in the house. She comes in the house. She lets my dog in, and then she will go in the kitchen, make herself a snack, whatever. She turns the TV on. Like, I know exactly what she's gonna do. She does the same thing every day. So I'm like, all right, let's time this. When she goes into the kitchen, we're gonna walk down the stairs together, and we have to walk at the same time. Like, we have to have our foot patterns like at the same time. Because if I'm stepping and you're stepping the wrong time, it sounds like 10 people going down the stairs at the same time. So we got to time it, right? So we're timing our steps, right? Going down the stairs. Okay, cool. I'm like, so you go out the front door, and we're going to time it though. Wait, don't open it right away because there's a door chime. My mom has a door chime on the door. So if you open the front door and I open the garage door over there, then it's going to be off, right? We got to make sure we're like pristine with this. You with me? She's like, all right, let's do it. All right, so cool, we do that. Step one, go downstairs, and I say, just wait by the front door. Don't open the door yet. You'll know when it's time to open the door. I go around, and I go and greet my mom in the kitchen. I'm like, oh, good morning, Mom. How you doing? Whatever. I'm low-key sweating, though, because my mom can literally just leave the kitchen, go in the living room, and she sees the girl right there waiting for my cue. And, like, it's not going to be a fun time. I'll just say that, right? You don't want to deal with the black mother and you know, her being pissed off. So I'm just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, so she's out the front door waiting for me. I go and greet my mom, and trying to be natural, act natural, right? And I'm like, all right, cool. Well, I'm gonna go to the skate park, Mom. I'm gonna get it in a little bit earlier today. My mom's kind of like, she's like, yeah, that's pretty early. I'm like, well, we're gonna meet up at the skate park. I'll meet with the boys because we're gonna go film today in LA. So we got to get a early head start, whatever. So all right, cool. So I walk through the den. And I see the girl at the front door, and I'm kind of like, I wink, and then boom, I'm at the garage door. We both open the door at the same time, but my dog, Gizmo, freaking blew my cover, man. He comes over and runs. He sees her before he sees me, so he's jumping on her, trying to lick her or whatever, play with her. I'm like, damn it, Gizmo. So I gotta go freaking abort mission, go back around. I gotta grab him, make sure he's not causing too much commotion, and make sure it seems natural. Like my mom is, like that Gizmo is the one jumping on me and making all that noise and not jumping on another person. So I'm trying to be natural, whatever. I get him out of the way. I tell Gizmo to go back with Mom, leave me alone, whatever, trying to pretend it's me. And then I scooter out the door. That's it, right? I think I'm free. Wrong. So she's out in the front door, or outside now. She's outside of the house. I close the door. I go around the garage door. I back my car out, and I'm about to leave. And my mom comes out behind me. I forgot. I don't know if she was like, she probably was on to me. Like, now I think about it, she's probably on to me like, yo, this fool was asking kind of suspect. I don't know. I forgot what she asked me. She went out and asked me some random question that didn't even make sense. But I think she was trying to see, like, why are you being weird? So anyways, right before she'd come out the door, I had opened the back door for this girl. I said, hey, get in the back seat of the car because my back windows are more tinted than my front windows. If my mom happens to come outside, she won't see you because you're in the back seat, right? So anyways, I'm about to go in the car. My mom opens the door, asks me some random ass question. My mom is literally standing right next to the door, on the outside of the door of where the girl is inside the car. And I'm like sweating. I'm like, please don't open the freaking door. All she has to do is open the door. It's a wrap, right? And she's like, all right, cool. She asked her question. We kind of, have a quick conversation, and everything was fine. She, didn't do anything. She didn't open the door. She just kind of, all right, cool. We'll have fun. I'll see you later. And all right, cool. So I get in the car, back out of the driveway, close the garage, and then we drive off. And then I look back, I'm like, all right, you can get back in the front seat. We're like celebrating. I'm like, bro, I did not think we were going to get away with that. There's no freaking way I thought we were going to get away with that. I thought we were about to get screwed, bro. Like, I thought my balls were chopped off for sure. So anyways, we got away from that. But I preface that, I give you that story to preface this episode and let you know that I wasn't always the kind of guy that was, into, marriage at a young age and having kids and all that stuff. And so just a little fun story to preface that. But anyways, man, I want to give you guys a quick guide on what I think will help serve you in your relationship or your marriage, because it helped me. And I think it's super awesome for you to have like a foundation when you're going into something like this, or maybe you're already in a relationship and you're kind of, things are rocky right now. Here are some things that I think will help you on being a better husband and just having a better relationship and a better life, right? Be happier. Number one, man, the first thing is a lot of you guys got to get out of your head and get out, get off your ego when it comes to helping your wife around the house. Bro, I don't know how many times, man, I talked to the homies who are living with their girlfriends or whatever the case is, and they don't really help. Like, they're like they, first of all, in California where we live, both people have to work for the most part. There's some people that can only, you have just one income in the house. Most of the time you need both people working. And so I say that to say that my friends are not people that are, the sole providers and they're the only ones working, making the money. And then the girl is just at home and that's her job. Nah, they're literally both working. My homie and his girl, they're both working. That means they're both out and they're both busy. When they come back, things have to be taken care of. And so, they'll see dishes in the sink that are dirty. They won't do it. They'll see the trash is full. They won't do it. They'll see whatever, and they won't do it around the house. And they think because it's the girl's job, whatever. Bro, you got to get off of that, man. You got to get away from that because that's going to get you in trouble, bro. Your ego is going to get you in trouble when it comes to those kinds of things, man. Help your wife around the house, help your girlfriend around the house when it comes to cleaning, taking care of things that you might deem as, womanly things. It's not. It's just you being an adult and taking care of things. It's going to save you a headache and arguing about it in the first place or later on. And so that's definitely smart to start doing those things now, man. I'm telling you. Number two is learn to communicate if you can already. Like, this is major, bro. This is like probably one of the biggest things because there are so many people that they really suck at communicating, bro. Like, they don't know how to articulate their emotions or their thoughts. They're passive aggressive. They hold on to things. They don't know how to just have a normal conversation. It doesn't have to be an argument. It could literally just be a conversation and just talking to the person, letting them know how you feel. This bothered me. hey, I didn't like when you did this. Can I be honest with you? Like, these are very basic things. It should be basic anyways, but a lot of people suck at communicating. And if you suck at communication, then you're kind of like, you're just spinning your wheels in mud, man. You're not moving, because it's actually going backwards. Like, you are moving, but you're not moving forward. You're moving backwards, because you're just constantly just, one thing is just swept under the rug, then another thing swept under the rug, then another thing swept under the rug, until that rug is so high up, man, it's 20 feet off the ground. You can't do any more hiding of these different problems, and you just explode, right? One of you guys explode, or one of you explodes, and then both of you guys explode. So that's another thing, man. Learn how to communicate effectively, because it's going to save you so much drama, man. It's not a feminine thing to learn how to articulate yourself. I see that a lot too on some of these like red pill, shows or whatever. It's like, communication is like for women. Like, that's nonsense, bro. It's ridiculous. Number 3, man, lead by example. Basically meaning, man, don't just expect, like, just because you're a man doesn't mean your girl or your wife's gonna just follow you just because you're the man. Give her something to follow. Lead by example. If you want, a certain standard set for your family, then you have to be that standard of excellence for your family, and then she'll be able to follow that. But if you're a bum, bro, like, you don't really, you don't really care about how you look. You don't really care about your fitness. You don't really care about, I don't know, financial standings. Like, you're kind of like always, just putting everything on her. Hey, you should do this. Hey, you got to change this. What are you doing? Like, you're the man, bro. You should be leading by example. It's simple. But there's so many people that don't do that. They kind of just think, that they, just because they're the man, they just should be followed. And my wife has to follow what I say. And I don't believe in that, man. Like, give them something to follow, because otherwise you're just like, you're basically just being a little kid. Number 4, when you're in a debate, you, the man, set the pace, set the cadence of the conversation, how it's going to go. Because what happens is, a lot of times women are a little bit more emotional when it comes to, I guess, just life in general, right? Their way of thinking. Men are a little bit logical, or a little bit more logical. Generally, obviously this depends on the person, but generally that's how it goes, right? And so if that's the case, then your lady's probably more likely to kind of, maybe get more emotional, throw low blows, raise her voice, get a little bit more, irrational when it comes to how she's communicating, whatever. That's fine. That has nothing to do with you. She's just in her emotions, whatever. You as the man, set the pace, set the cadence, set the tone for how this conversation is going to go. Because at the end of the day, if you do that properly, then it's just that. It's just conversation. It doesn't have to be an argument or a fight or whatever. It could just be a conversation or a polite debate or whatever. It doesn't have to go crazy where you're throwing freaking pots and pans at the wall and punching holes in the door and whatever. It doesn't have to get that deep, bro. Like, men who do that are men that are emotionally irresponsible. And that's not you, because if you were, or actually maybe it is you, maybe that's why you clicked the video. I don't know. But anyways, we're going to fix that, bro. You can't be that anymore. So that's that. Number 5, and the last one is embrace the struggle, bro. Embrace the struggle. Like, getting in any kind of committed relationship comes with its problems, its issues, because that's how it's supposed to be. You guys are 2 different people, 2 different, upbringings, 2 different mindsets, 2 different sets of experiences, 2 different sets of trauma. And so you guys are not going to agree and see everything, eye to eye. You're not going to, you guys are just different. You're not the same person. And so embrace that. Like, that's fine. That should be your superpower. Learn how to, again, back to communication, learn how to communicate and see their point of view, and use that as a superpower. The fact that you guys are different, that's cool, because that means they can see something different that maybe you can't see. And embrace the fact that, that adversity in your relationship is actually going to serve as a bond that's going to force you guys to be closer if you allow it to. But some people they get off the ride too quick, and it's like, bro, if you just rode over that one more bump, man, like, that could have been the one that really was a turning point that helped you. And I don't want to make this episode too long, but I had a situation like that with my wife a couple of years ago, where it was definitely an argument. It was a fight at first, but then it calmed down. We started communicating and just talking, and that one debate, that one freaking blowout was like the turning point, where it was like, okay, I see clearly what I'm doing wrong. She admitted to what she was doing wrong and what she saw, what she thought was going on. And it helped us, man. Like, we've been awesome ever since. Doesn't mean we don't have, disagreements or whatever, but it just means that we know moving forward, even when we do have disagreements, it doesn't matter. We just talk about it. Like, that was literally that one moment was forever changing for our relationship. So that's the same for you, man. This adversity in your relationship, whatever you're going through, whatever prompted you to want to click this and watch this and get some game, it's for a reason, bro, for sure. So lean into that adversity, man. It'll make you better. You guys got to ride the wave together, and that's just it, man. So anyways, man, that's it, bro. These are tips that help me a lot. Things that I think can benefit anybody at any age, but honestly, getting married at a young age is just, statistically speaking, it's just a little bit more difficult because you guys are learning to grow together. And there's so much stuff on social media that kind of, pollutes our minds and, makes it think like the grass is greener over here and whatever. So I hope this brought you value, man. If it did, give us a thumbs up, bro. Subscribe if you haven't. If you just came across our channel for the first time today, we'd appreciate the subscription, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.